From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Arturo Quesada.
And I'm Elijah Carvales. A former Las Cruces police officer who was fired after being charged with murder is getting a $225,000 payout from the city of Las Cruces. Christopher Smeltzer was charged with murder after New Mexico State Police found he used a controversial hold on Tony Valenzuela that led to Valenzuela's death. The murder charges were dismissed in 2022. Smeltzer claimed his firing violated terms of police officers' collective bargaining agreement with the city. In addition to the payout, he was also reinstated as a police officer, allowed to resign, and guaranteed neutral employment references from the city. An
Alamogordo man and spending life is in prison after killing a police officer.
27-year-old Dominic De La O was convicted of a jury after police said he killed Alamogordo police officer Anthony Ferguson on July 15, 2023. De La O was charged with first-degree murder, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and 4 other charges. He pleaded not guilty and was convicted of all charges except aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. A New Mexico man who lost his driver's license after 4 DWIs is in jail in Debaca County, now charged with number 5. On Monday night, police tried to stop 44-year-old Jimmy Yazzie. Yazzie almost hit one officer, and police later stopped him after a chase on I-40. He's charged with aggravated DWI, aggravated assault on a police officer, aggravated fleeing a law enforcement officer, resisting evading an officer, along with multiple traffic infractions. I wonder what's going on with the weather today.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Raven?
Yes, sir. Let's look at our current conditions at the moment. We have some mostly clear skies with 54 degrees, 6-mile-per-hour winds coming from the east with humidity at 32%. We have dew point at 25 degrees and a barometer of 30.29. Today we had a high of 65, an average of 64 with a low of 33, which is pretty chilly. We had a record high of 79 in 1996 and a low of 18 in the year 1979. We have a precipitation of 0% today, so no chance of rain, and during the year it was 5.68. Now let's hear it back at the desk.
In response to a worsening mental health crisis in children, the Las Cruces Public Schools District is working with more than 200 school districts in over 40 states to sue social media companies Meta, Google, BetaDance, and Snap. An attorney for the district says these platforms expose children to harmful content and they face a heightened risk of depression, anxiety, and other serious mental health issues. LCPS Board of Education President Teresa Tenorio says it sends a message that social media companies have a negative impact on our youth and they should make positive change. She hopes the suit may also force lawmakers to act.
If you're flying this Thanksgiving, make sure to store that cranberry sauce in your checked baggage. The Transportation Security Administration has outlined what you need to leave at home. Anything that can be spilled, spread, sprayed, pumped, or poured and is larger than 3.4 ounces must be in a checked bag. Items such as gravy, wine, apple cider, canned fruits must be tucked away. Items allowed through are baked goods, meats, stuffing, casseroles, mac and cheese, fresh fruits, and vegetables. Hunger is a serious issue in New Mexico, affecting thousands of families every day. In Doña Ana County, Casa de Peregrinos is stepping up to help.
Ron Angel spends his days pushing carts here at Casa de Peregrinos. As a volunteer, he's seen just how much this place means to families in Doña Ana County. It's not just food, it's a lifeline for people trying to get by.
You know, the food that they get here helps them to make it from month to month, because there's a lot of people in Las Cruces who are food insecure.
Casa de Peregrinos is New Mexico's largest emergency food pantry, a lifeline for families struggling with hunger in Doña Ana County. In 2018, they distributed over 3.5 million pounds of food. Their mission is to provide resources and support to those in need. And for families like Loris Morris, this support has been life-changing.
Along with Casa de Peregrinos, this whole establishment here helped me get through that, where I'm not homeless anymore.
Here in Casa de Peregrinos, where food is packed and delivered to families across Doña Ana County every single week. This organization is crucial for fighting hunger, especially with nearly 15.2% here in southern New Mexico facing food insecurity. Throughout the years, the national average is 18%. In 2024, for children facing food insecurity, the statistics are even more alarming. New Mexico is currently the state with the highest child food insecurity rate among the top 5 states facing this challenge, making it the state with 28% with the 7th highest rate of child food insecurity in the nation. Casa de Peregrinos is focused on making sure everyone in the community has access to food, especially in areas that are often overlooked.
That includes the rural communities, which is very important to us, making sure that in these virtual food deserts of Doña Ana County in New Mexico and near the colonias, that we have these services available to everybody.
Casa de Peregrinos is expanding to fill that need all over southern New Mexico. A main pantry at Las Cruces, a satellite pantry in Hatch, and mobile pantries in several cities like Silent Park, Berrino, Anthony, and soon in Chaparral, New Mexico. Miguel Montenegro, News 22.
For more information on how to donate or volunteer with Casa de Peregrinos, visit your website or call their main office in Las Cruces. And stay tuned, Raven will be back with your national weather forecast.
But first, News 22 Abigail Salas takes us into the world of Folklorico. More on that when News 22 continues. Welcome back. You're watching News 22 Thursday,
where news matters. NMSU Pride Marching Band is one of few, if not the only, in the country that has Ballet Folklorico's own. News 22 Abigail Salas takes a look into the newest addition to the Pride of New Mexico.
Practicing their dances once more. NMSU students Anaí Tellez and Adriana Beltran are here to twirl their skirts, tap their heels, share radiant smiles during practice and during halftime with the Pride of New Mexico. This is Anaí's first semester in the group. Her passion for this Mexican traditional dance came from her grandfather.
While I'm away from home, it brings it back to like this family connection.
Adriana found out about the group on Instagram.
And I auditioned like for 6 hours. It was 6 hours long. And they just told me like, you made it to the team. And I was super nervous and I was so excited. I was crying when they told me that.
The group performs in the Las Cruces area and their popularity continues to grow.
We started with 4. I have 12 now.
I actually love it when we go out because we start the gritos, we start the live music, and everybody's cheering.
And for these girls, it's not just a dance group. It means so much more.
It makes me want to cry when I'm dancing. I dance with my heart.
I get to do something I love with people that I love.
Casey says the group is unique.
I get so much joy every time I get to tell somebody that I help these girls and that I'm a part of their team.
Influencing others to join in the tradition.
It's worth it, yeah.
It's really exciting to be a part of something that's innovating the future, and hopefully we see more of it in the borderland.
Love, passion, dedication. Preserving the past. Abigail Salas, News 22.
And Raven is next with your national weather forecast.
Hey guys, we're looking at our first map. Here we have about 68 degrees in the El Paso area, and it's similar in our area in Las Cruces. But we're seeing a lot of rainfall in other places, such as Buffalo, New York, Boston, and there's also places like San Francisco that are raining. The more up north you go, the more cooler it's starting to get as well. So if it's going to be any travel this coming Thanksgiving, make sure that you dress accordingly for it. Now onto my next map, we're going to be looking at the December average highs. This December, we're going to be seeing about 50 degrees in our area, as well as the southern states. But the more north we go, we're going to be seeing about 30s and 20s and some 40-degree weather, so it's going to be pretty chilly, so make sure to bundle up in case you're traveling. Now, if we look at on my next map, we're seeing the surface map and the radar at the moment. We're seeing some cold fronts coming in, so it might start to get a bit cooler as the weeks continue to go on. We're also seeing some snow here around Illinois and stuff. We're also seeing some precipitation in different parts of the country, so it's starting to get a little bit more cooler and it's starting to get a bit more rainy, so make sure to be careful. That's all I have for now, but make sure to stay tuned for your local forecast. Thank you. All right, guys, let's look at some of the local temperatures for our neighboring cities. Farmington has 39 degrees, Santa Fe with 35, Gallup with 46, Albuquerque 51, Socorro 47, Ruidoso 55, Clovis 49, Roswell 54, Las Cruces 54 as well, and Deming 53 at the moment. Tomorrow we're going to be seeing some 60-degree type of weather. Clovis with 66 degrees, Roswell 67. We have 68 for Ruidoso, 61 for Socorro. Albuquerque has 62, Santa Fe 57, Farmington 55, a bit chilly, Gallup 65, Las Cruces 69, and Deming will have 68 degrees. In Alamogordo tonight, we're looking at some clear skies with 30 as the low. Tomorrow we'll have a high of 67 with partly sunny skies. We're also seeing the same in Truth or Consequences with 32 as the low, and tomorrow we'll have 67. And in Silver City, we have clear skies again, 34 with a low. Tomorrow will be 68 with a high and partly sunny skies. And in Las Cruces, it's going to be 33 tonight, which is pretty chilly, so make sure to get some jackets with partly clear skies. And tomorrow, partly sunny skies with a high of 69 degrees. Let's see back at the desk. Thank you.
And Tristan is next with sports. Let's see what's going on with that.
Yeah, we heard a team visited
I
the White
appreciate
House.
you, Elijah. Coming up in sports, Joe Biden got to meet the Celtics. Set that remote to stun because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it! Welcome back, I'm Tristan Tamez. And let's talk sports. Last night in basketball, the Mustangs heard boss music as the Aggies dominated them in a 78-41 game. The Western New Mexico team couldn't control the paint, trailing 14-40. They couldn't lead in rebounds, with Aggies holding 46 rebounds to the Mustangs 20. Not only that, the Aggies held 33 turnovers, marking the most turnovers by an opposing team since Chicago State's similar 33 in March of 2019. With that done, the Aggies are off to Fort Myers to take on the Texas Longhorns. Meanwhile, the men's team faced a tough loss against, who of all, the Dayton Flyers. The game started with an impressive display of both teams' defense for nearly 2 straight minutes, but the Flyers continued to edge forward in what can only be described as a contest of wills. Despite coming off a back injury, Aggie Peter Filipovity delivered the performance of the season, posting 15 points with 7 rebounds. Ultimately, though, the Aggies lost 74-53. And that is all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action after Thanksgiving in December. Still ahead, Raven will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast.
Now, let's take a look at our top stories.
News 22's Miguel Montegro brought us to Casa de Peregrinos, where they're challenging food insecurity. Abigail Salas introduced us to the newest member of NMSU's Pride Band.
All right, now let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. So for the most part, this whole week, we're going to be seeing some partly sunny skies, a few clouds here and there. We're going to have a high of 69 tomorrow and 35 degrees for the low, 70 to Saturday. And for the most part, we're going to be in the 70-degree weathers and 40s as the low. Thank you.
And thank you all for News 22 Thursday. Thank you and good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22. La información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, yo soy Jade Matornelas con las breves de hoy con Noticias 22. La Policía Estatal de Nuevo México arrestó a un sospechoso conduciendo bajo los efectos de alcohol después de una persecución en la Interestatal 40. El sospechoso de 44 años, Jimmy Yazzie, fue detenido y admitió haber consumido alcohol antes de conducir. Yazzie ya tenía 4 condenas antes de ser detenido. A principios de esta semana por la noche, un oficial condujo un chequeo de bienestar en un sedán plateado y vio que Yazzie estaba orinando al lado de la carretera. Yazzie se subió a su vehículo y huyó a toda velocidad. Yazzie negó obedecer y se inició una persecución. Agentes de Santa Rosa lograron detener el coche, pero Yazzie siguió huyendo a pie. Después, Yazzie fue detenido y fue fichado del centro de detención del condado de Baca y acusado de estar bajo de la influencia de alcohol, asalto agravado a un oficial, junto con múltiples infracciones de tráfico. Un hombre de Alamogordo pasará cadena perpetua tras matar a un agente de policía. El joven de 27 años, Dominic de la O, fue condenado por un jurado después de que la policía dijera que mató al agente de policía de Alamogordo, Anthony Ferguson, el 15 de julio del año pasado. De la O fue acusado de asesinato en primer grado, asalto agravado con arma mortal y 4 más cargos. Se declaró inocente y fue declarado culpable de todos los cargos, excepto de asalto agravado con arma mortal. Eso fue todo por mi parte. Que tengan un buen fin de semana y un buen día de Acción de Gracias.